Welcome to summer 2017, Game of Thrones fans, a time where winter is on the horizon and we couldn't be more excited. The Winter is Here trailer offered up some huge new reveals about what we'll see in Season 7, so let's get into it. We expected Jon Snow to be leading the charge against the Night King and White Walkers north of the Wall, but we didn't expect he'd have this help. The trailer very clearly shows Beric Dondarrion, complete with his flaming sword, will be fighting an army of whites and maybe even wildlings, alongside Jon and Tormund Giantsbane in this great showdown. The trailer also seems to show that Beric's new traveling partner, the Hound, will be joining the fight as well. While we don't explicitly see Sandor Clegane next to Jon, the shot does clearly show him in a snowier climate than usual. Interestingly, we do see Jon in a snow-free location for the first time in a long time. Maybe ever? Could he and Davos be traveling to a warmer place soon? And will that be before or after his showdown with the White Walkers? There are two significant voiceover sections in this trailer that seem to relate back to Jon Snow. In one, he says, "For centuries our families fought together," and that definitely seems to be directed to his new best friend, Beric, the Robin Hood of Westeros, Dondarrion. The House Dondarrion was historically an ally to the Starks. However, he could just as easily be saying this to Daenerys Targaryen, Tyrion Lannister, or heck, all the key houses in Westeros at the same time, fingers crossed. That ties into another key quote from Sansa that closes out the trailer, which is actually something her father Ned Stark once told to Arya: "The lone wolf dies, but the pack survives." In the trailer, this line is set over imagery of Jon Snow, and it's clear that he's going to be leading the fight against the White Walkers. But instead of foreshadowing Jon Snow's death, again, it's more likely that this tale of the lone wolf is being used as a reminder that the great families of Westeros need to come together instead of being fractured to defeat this greater threat. Well, at least we hope that's the case. Another exciting new confirmation is that Bran is going to be making his way to Winterfell, which means he, Sansa, and Jon could all be at the same place at the same time. We see Meera and Bran arrive at the tunnel gate to the Westeros side of the wall as it opens, and then later see Bran sitting in a fancy new wheelchair in what looks like Winterfell's Godswood. But reunion time is going to have to be put on hold because Bran seems to have a key role to play in the war to come. In the trailer, we see him seemingly warg into one of the crows flying over the Night King's army. Could Bran be spying on the White Walkers? It sure seems like the Night King can even sense when Bran uses his powers. And who is that older man standing by Bran in his wheelchair? We can't see his face, but could it be that the three-eyed raven is still appearing to Bran in visions, even after his death? Or it could be the Bolton Maester Wolkan. Season 7's first trailer showed a massive sea battle taking place, and in this new trailer, we get confirmation that the fight is Greyjoy versus Greyjoy, which is sort of to be expected. In one shot, we see Euron, mad as hell, slicing through an enemy on a ship. In another, we see Theon and Yara's faces light up as a massive catapult projectile strikes the mast of a ship. We're all in for some ship-to-ship combat. This is bad news for Daenerys Targaryen, though. In one shot, the Greyjoy fleet heads straight for King's Landing, and our guess is that's Euron's crew trying to ally with the new ruler of Westeros, Queen Cersei. That means her people will be fighting Lannisters on multiple fronts, as we've also seen a massive battle taking place between her Dothraki and Unsullied armies and the Lannister forces. This new trailer shows us that Jaime, with Bronn by his side, will be leading the Lannister defense at what we're theorizing is Casterly Rock. And since we previously saw the Unsullied inside the keep, we're guessing this shot of Grey Worm is showing how he sneaks inside and opens the gates from within for the rest of the soldiers. This entire battle sequence looks to be one of the most high-budget and epic showdowns Game of Thrones has ever showcased. We also get a lot of new shots of Daenerys sitting pretty in Dragonstone. One of the best shots in the trailer shows her pulling down Stannis Baratheon's flaming heart banner. Another epic scene shows Dany's 3 children flying home to Dragonstone, finally bringing dragons back into the original home of House Targaryen in Westeros. If you look closely here, you'll even see Daenerys on Drogon's back in front of Dragonstone. But why does Tyrion look so uneasy here? That makes us nervous too. At least he decided to keep the beard. Even beyond these major sequences, there were plenty of other tidbits that got us excited from the new trailer. This shot intentionally obscures the face of the man pulling a sword out of his sheath, but it's worth noting the Lannister guard in the background, and the warm climate that allows this person to have his legs bare. Could this be a Bran flashback to earlier, warmer days? Or maybe just the Hound, somewhere more summery? We also see another mysterious person falling to a beach. And while our hearts hope that it's the rumored return of Gendry in Season 7 after 4 years of rowing, it's more likely that it's Theon. If you look at the other person in this shot, they seem to be wearing Ironborn garb. Adding to the Winterfell reunion are Brienne and Podrick Payne, who will be returning from their failed mission in the Riverlands. Is Arya heading there as well? We see her again wearing northern clothing here. Littlefinger remains creepy in the shadows, but given his confrontation with Jon in the last trailer, could he be imprisoned in Winterfell? Considering the advice Littlefinger gives Sansa at the beginning of the trailer to fight her enemies, quote, in her mind, we hope he stops being a bad influence on the Lady of House Stark very soon. What are your favorite moments in this Game of Thrones trailer? Find anything we missed? Annoyed we didn't highlight Missandei and Grey Worm kissing? There, we did it. Let us know in the comments. And for more on Game of Thrones, make sure to watch our rewind of the first Season 7 trailer, as well as find out why the final season of Game of Thrones might not air until 2019. For all things Thrones, keep it here on IGN.